This is the end result of this tutorial. I will provide you with the Blender files and everything needed for this project. Download this car from the description. The first thing we need to do in the Blender is go to the scene and change the unit scale to 0.01. Now, to check the center pivot of the tires, and we have to make sure that the center pivot is exactly at the center of volume for the tire. As you can see here, it's perfect, but for this tire, it's not. It's okay, you select the tire, you go to the object, set the origin, and set to the center of mass and the volume. So we're good. We shift select all the tires and shift select the body, Control P, and parent it with keep transform. Okay, now we're done. Let's just export the car, and you don't have to change any of the setting, just export it. Let's go back to the Unreal Engine. The first thing you need to do is go to the Edit plugins and enable the Chaos Vehicle plugin. In this case, it's already enabled, but if you don't have it enabled, you just enable, restart the engine, and get back to the video. Now we need to import the car into the Unreal Engine. You just click Import, select your car, and you need to be sure to select the skeletal mesh. This is really important, please don't forget it. We're gonna do this in a few short steps, but first we need to fix the car's physics. Open the physics asset, select all these pre-made bodies and delete them. Now to the setting, select show all bones. Select the body, and in the setting, select the single convex hull and generate body. Then select all the tires and do the same, but this time with spheres. And that's it, you've done it. First things first, we need a game mode to be able to play the game. So create a game mode, name it whatever you want, and in the world setting, select the game mode override and plug in your game mode. Okay, that's good for now. Let's go back to the character, or actually the car's blueprint. We need to create the car's blueprint first. So we right click, we go to the blueprint, and we just search vehicle. Now select the vehicle pawn and select. Name it whatever you want, in this case BP_car. Now you can open it. Select the mesh, select your car mesh that you wanted to use. Then select your vehicle movement component to set up the tires. In order for our car to be able to move, we need to set up the wheels. First, you click here and you see wheel setups. Let's add 4 of them. Now, what should we name them? They actually have a name, and it has to be exactly the same as the bone name in our skeleton. So let's find our skeleton, open it, and check the bone name. In our case, it's FL, F right for front left, front right, rear left, rear right. So we go there. For the front wheels, we say FL, FR, RL, and RR. Right now, we are so close to have an actual drivable car. First, we need to click on the mesh and simulate physics. You find the physics tab and click simulate physics. Then select the mesh, click on add, and add a spring arm. And after that, while selecting the spring arm, add a camera on top of it. Let's configure it a little bit. Select the spring arm and, for example, set the target arm length to 800. Bring it a little bit up and rotate it just for now. We'll get back to this soon. For the last step, we need to select the vehicle movement component and create wheel classes. These are the brains of the car. We need them for our car to be able to move. Now to create the wheels, right click, blueprint class, chaos, vehicle wheel. Make sure you select the correct one. Now we need one for the rear and one for the front. First, make the rear one and just copy it, make the front one. Now open the back wheels. You can see there are a lot of settings, and you can find them in the class defaults. In the axle type, we need to set it to rear, and for this specific car, the wheel radius is 40. Just trust me for now. We need to select effect by handbrake and effect by engine, but we don't need to set effect by steering because these are the rear wheels. For the front wheels, we need to set the axle type to front, wheel radius again to 40, but this time we don't need handbrake or engine because the car is rear wheel drive. Now we set the effect by steering because it's a front wheel, it has to steer. Alright, we're done. We go back to our car blueprint, select the vehicle movement component, and select the correct wheel classes for the front wheel and for the rear wheels. And for the last step, we need to set up the engine. And for that to work, we need a torque curve. For now, just right click and add 2 keys, just like this for now. It doesn't really matter. You can always configure it. Hey, congrats, the setup is finished. Now we need input handling and the car's logic. And it's really simple. First thing, we need to create the enhanced input for Unreal Engine. Let me show you how to do it. Right click in your content, from the input, select input action. We're gonna call them IA throttle. Then open it. From the value type, select access 1D. Now close that and duplicate it. We need one for IA underscore brake, and then one for IA underscore steering. And hey, why not just one for IA underscore handbrake? But we need to change something in the handbrake. Go and change the default value to digital both. Then right click from the input, select input mapping context and name it whatever. Now open it, add a mapping, select the throttle and select W for it. Do the same for the brake and this time select S for it. Now for the steering is a little bit different. Select A and add another one to it, select D. And remember, D is always right and it's positive. So we need to go to the modifiers and select negate for the key A. Remember that, it's really important. Let's add another one for the handbrake and just select the space for it. Now let's go back to our character blueprint. In the event begin play, delete the rest, search for get player controller, then get enhanced input local subsystem. Just select the pink one and from that do an add mapping context. Now connect to the event begin play and from the mapping context select yours. Now right click somewhere else and then search for IA underscore throttle and make sure select the one with the arrow. Right click and search for set throttle input. Then we need another copy of the throttle input because if we release the key we need to set it to 0. Duplicate the throttle input and connect the first one to the triggered and connect the second one to the completed. We'll get back to this. Now action value to the throttle and for the second one just leave it at 0, it doesn't matter. Now do the same for the brake, except this time we search for set brake input. Now the setup is exactly the same as before. After you're done with this, we go for the set steering. Search for IA steering and this time search for the set steering input and do the exact same design as before. And the last step is the handbrake. And you might not believe it, it's the exact same as before, but this time select the set handbrake input. And that's it, as easy as it gets. And I know there are a lot of other ways to set this up, but this one works really good for me and I've been using it in big projects, so it scales well. Now go back to your content folder, open the game mode for our game, and for the default pawn class, select our pp underscore car or whatever you named it. Now in the world setting, we need to set our game mode. If you don't know how to find it, go to the window, world setting. Okay, now plug in your game mode and just play the game. Enjoy. Yeah. Congratulations, you have a car, a shitty car at best, but it's a car and it's your car. So let's go back to the car blueprint, select the spring arm and we're gonna do something called camera lag. Select these two and you can see here it says like if you put lower values it's gonna lag more. So we just set it for 5, set 5 and go, and voila, it looks amazing. But you might notice the wheels are not turning or rotating or anything. That's why we need to animate it. So in the blueprint class, you search for vehicle again and you can see everything. Vehicle animation instance. Select it, name it whatever you want, and when you click to open it, it asks you, it doesn't have the skeleton. You select yes to give it your car skeleton and open it. After that, it's really simple, really simple. You right click, search for mesh space ref pose, and from that you just type wheel and connect it to the result. It's gonna make another component to local, but we're done. The car is actually animated. So go back to the character, to the mesh, and select the anim class for your animation blueprint that you just created. And that's it, folks. We animated our car and everything is working great. Hope you enjoy it. There are a lot of more setups to do, different things to work on. I'll make new videos. Until that time, bye bye.